Super Smash Bros. Ultimate turns 1 year old today, and man, what a year it has been. While I'm sure I would have made a 1 year anniversary video for this game no matter what, it is an especially relevant topic for me because my thoughts on this game, my opinions on it, and how I've engaged with it has changed pretty drastically over the past 12 months. Let us take this moment and look back at this past year of settling it in Smash, the good and the bad, and do a little impassioned reflecting. I want to first address the biggest way my opinion on the game has changed, and unfortunately it wasn't a positive change. When Ultimate was nearing release, I heard good things, really good things about the game's engine and mechanics. It looked like we were going to get a Smash game that could truly stand as a serious fighting game, a game that could potentially provide a modern substitute to Melee. And as you've probably already guessed by the way I'm framing this paragraph, this isn't really my opinion anymore. Day one I played competitively, but 1 year later, I do not. Now it is, I think, undeniably the second best engine in Smash history. The mechanics are mostly pretty solid, arguably the best in the series. What killed it is something completely different that I wasn't anticipating that also plagued a little bit of Smash 4. Poor character design, and I'm speaking only in terms of competitive play here, and the game generally rewarding lame, inactive play. There are characters that don't need to interact with the opponent, characters that are too rooted in their own minigames and personal mechanics to play actual Smash, and even some characters that do play normal Smash that are just lame. Their playstyle not adding anything of substance to this roster. The balance patches have generally moved in the right direction, but I think my problems are too big for patches to solve. At least the kind of patches that they seem to be willing to do to this game. Fixing this game with balance patches is like trying to heal the game with band-aids and Tylenol when it's being stabbed with katanas and shotgun blasted in the chest by literally over half of its roster. That is real. I am a huge apologist for many characters in this game. I defend many of the community's most hated characters, but this past year has worn me down to the point that I think over half of this roster is detrimental to the competitive Smash experience. You know, I'm actually kind of an awkward middleman in this regard. Whenever I bring this up, I have half of the fanbase saying, "You're just anti-fun, these characters are fine, stop being a stick in the mud." And the other half saying, "You are giving way too many characters a pass, clearly you are just inexperienced in the way that these characters can abuse the system to realize why they're so dumb." But yeah, sorry I started so negative. And say the word competitive so many times, separating Smash play by casual and competitive has always been really dumb and cringy to me. That being said, the casual couch multiplayer hasn't gotten tired one bit. Sakurai knew what he had with this game the way he was flexing the numbers of characters, stages, and music in the videos before release. The sheer amount of content and variety in this game for you and your friends to experience might as well be infinite. I really don't need another Smash game for a decade because that's how long it's going to take me to fully experience every piece of content and gameplay variety this game has to offer. And the characters are so unique and varied that the gameplay will never get stale. In terms of creating unique character mechanics, heavily diversifying how characters feel and play, this is easily the best Smash and maybe the best fighter ever in this regard. In terms of the fun party gameplay the game seems to be constructed for, Smash Ultimate is by far the greatest Smash we have seen yet, the best game in the platform fighter genre we've gotten, and you could make the argument that it's the greatest party game ever made. That is not an exaggeration. The single-player casual content, however, is not so great. Spirits didn't last. I just messed around with some of the mechanics I had skipped on, like summoning for the sake of this video, and it feels so hollow to jump through those hoops and get these spirits when the reward is so minimal and inconsequential. Seriously, a paragraph about the spirit is all I would need to be satisfied. I might sound lame here, but the education was why I loved the trophies so much, as well as seeing so many new and old characters get high-quality 3D models, but obviously that's out the window now. Everyone playing Smash now seems to have already acquired all the spirits. It really didn't take people, or at least the people I know, that long to do so, or they don't intend to finish them ever. The spirit events we get periodically are neat, a lot of fun crossovers have happened through there, but those take, what, 7 minutes to finish? Maybe half an hour if you don't have the spirit item to constantly refill your board and you just have to sit there and wait for stuff to spawn. And spirit battles with friends is honestly something I have never experienced, nor have I been offered to experience, or have even heard of happening at any point in time ever. I have a feeling that the value of spirits might become more apparent around the game's 3rd or 4th anniversary, when the base Smash gameplay starts to become a little stale. For example, I didn't start attacking the challenge board in previous Smash games until years after release, although I have already completed the challenge board in this game. The challenge board was way too easy, it didn't last long at all for me in Ultimate. But of course, we gotta touch on the big piece of single-player content this game had, World of Light. was not only a very divisive mode, but in terms of looking at it 1 year later, it sorely lacks the replayability of previous adventure modes. Maybe it worked for you, maybe it didn't, but regardless, I don't think it's what will keep people coming back to Ultimate in their alone time for years to come. I honestly think pretty much every other Smash game's primary adventure mode is more replayable than World of Light. And yeah, World of Light and Spirits are the two big new pieces of single-player content the game has, and unfortunately, pretty much everything else except Classic mode was cut. So if you don't have friends and can't tolerate the online, this is all you have. And I would guess you probably don't play Smash Ultimate too much these days. However, the DLC is great, legitimately fantastic. Probably the best DLC fighting games have ever seen. Every challenger pack so far has brought something special to this game, shocking the world by bringing the Persona 5 flair to Smash with a great stage and top-tier music and remixes, a perfect adaptation of classic JRPG mechanics to a fighting game with one of the most important and iconic games for Japan, nausea, but nausea that people 5 to 10 years older than me went absolutely crazy for, and perhaps the most love and care ever put into representing a character and their series in Smash. The DLC has been great. The online has not, as I've expressed before. Fun fact about my video on how to fix Smash's online, I didn't really have much footage to match what I was saying in that video because I couldn't bring myself to play Smash online long enough to get footage of everything I needed. I don't have many good things to say about the online this past year, other than I'm happy arenas are here despite some lackluster execution. And Elite Smash is a fantastic concept with almost completely lackluster execution. I seriously love the idea of Elite Smash on paper, but pretty much everything about how it was actually executed I think fell flat. The online does function at times. It does what an online mode in a fighting game is supposed to do, on a super basic surface level, sometimes, not always, but that's just about all it does. Let's get on to a happier topic. There are two final points I want to hit on, and they're both good ones. In less than a year, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has become the best-selling fighting game of all time. Is it deserved? Absolutely. It didn't reinvent the genre and become the standard for all others to follow like Street Fighter 2, but it is one of the highest quality products the genre has ever seen. Even though I think the game is extremely lacking as a fighting game, it is undeniable the phenomenon that it has become and the gargantuan amount of fans it has made happy and new fans that it has been able to develop. Its sales are more than earned, and I think it is a great king for the genre to have. But the final thing I want to briefly hit on, and forgive my awkwardness as I am not great at talking super personally about myself, this is the game that started my channel. I always knew I wanted to start a YouTube channel. Video editing has been one of my biggest passions since I was a kid, since before Brawl came out. And I was always pretty sure that if I ever hopped on YouTube, then my videos would more than likely revolve around Smash. It's probably my favorite game ever. I have had a lot more fun making these videos than I thought I would. And I've learned a lot too, not just about editing and visual effects like I wanted to, but I'm slowly educating myself and hopefully getting better at a whole bunch of other skills I never intended to pursue. Simple things like writing and speaking in a somewhat engaging manner. Graphic design, I guess, if making thumbnails counts as that. I don't know how long I'll be able to keep going on this channel, but I'm having a blast while I'm here. And centering my content around this game has ensured that I'm always talking about something that I love and am incredibly passionate about. So thank you so much for giving me your time and for being so kind and encouraging to me. Actually, at the time of recording this video, I haven't gotten a single mean comment yet. I'm sure it's coming eventually, but so far YouTube has not been the toxic cesspool that I had been promised so many times. But I have completely lost focus at this point. This is a video about Smash Ultimate's birthday. Congratulations on all you've accomplished, Ultimate. I may be hard on you at times, but I am always rooting for your future success and congratulating you for the immense success that you've had so far. Here's to the next year of being hyped about Smash, and once again, thank you all for watching.